welcome back. We back this week. So hi family and welcome back to our movie Maniac Mondays. So like any other Monday, welcome to Kosachi TV with me Zoliswa, and today we are reviewing a movie like any other Monday. So we back for this week, but we'll see how this week goes. In terms of, we still have another event which we're busy with this weekend, but it's not a big event, so we can squeeze in some work on YouTube. So hey, it's good to be back. And yeah, hopefully everybody had a wonderful week last week, and also will have a wonderful week ahead. So for today, without wasting any time, let's get into the movie. I've watched quite a few movies, but then this one is just a recent movie which I've watched. The movie's name is called Sweet Girl. So this movie is released in 2021. It's a recent movie. So the movie name is called Sweet Girl, and the main cast is Jason Momoa as in Ray Cooper, Isabella Misid as in Rachel Cooper, Emmanuel Garcia Rolfe as in Amos Santos, and Adria Arjona as Amanda Cooper. So the movie basically, Sweet Girl, is the main person which I knew in the movie firstly was Jason Momoa, the Ray Cooper, which was the husband. We know him from Aquaman and also Game of Thrones. He was Khaleesi's husband. So if you know who was Aquaman, so that's Jason Momoa. And he was Ray Cooper in Sweet Girl, and the character he plays is a husband, married man with a wife. But the whole movie is around him, though. But I'll tell you the twist as we go on. So, yeah, Jason Momoa or Ray Cooper in Sweet Girl is this married husband. So the husband is married. Then, unfortunately, the wife, he's married. As I said, is a husband, and they have a daughter with the wife. And unfortunately, the wife is in hospital and battling cancer. So when it started, there was this TV show whereby one of the main guys on this biopharmacy or something, which were the distributors of this AIDS, sorry, of this cancer drug, decided to stop selling the drug, or to decided to hack the price of the drug. So it became too much for them to afford the treatment of the cancer. So when it started, he's calling a TV show, talking to supposedly CEO of this cancer drug company, and he was like, why did you stop selling this drug and so on, you know? Then he was like making threats of, if my wife dies, then I'm coming for you. So that's how it all starts. So the wife is in hospital dying of cancer. The husband is busy calling TV shows and threatening CEOs of big drug companies. So eventually the wife dies, and then after the wife dies, he's left with the daughter, and then the daughter by the name of Rachel. So the daughter's name is Rachel, and Ray Cooper is left with Rachel Cooper now because the wife passed away. So I think he received, after making that call, threatening call on the radio station, he kind of get attention from other people as well, which kind of feel like, yeah, they deserve justice of what happened to their loved ones. So he got a call from this guy, which he was supposed to meet. It was a whole mouse and cat and mouse game meeting the guy. So eventually meet this guy in a train. So while he was busy talking with the guy telling him that, okay, he's got some information which might break up the case on who's guilty and who's involved in this whole cancer drug dilemma. So while they were busy talking, all of a sudden somebody in the train jumps up and stabs the guy which Ray went to go meet in the train. So he was stabbed, and then they started fighting with the So from what I know now, seeing that I watched the movie, the person which was fighting it was Amos Santos, which was his real name is Emmanuel Casha Ralpho. So Amos Santos was the guy which was supposed to be the hired killer. So sorry, so they fought in the train. There was stabbing. Rachel tried to help his father because she was there also when the father went to go meet the guy. So they fought and it was a whole big fight. And then eventually the guy Amos stabbed Ray and also pushed Rachel out of the window. So there was the time whereby now they passed. There's a time whereby Ray and Rachel were laying in the pavement, and then after that it shows 24 months after that whole incident. So it goes on there whereby it's now it was Ray and Rachel all along because we already know that Ray's wife passed away, and so now the whole so when Amanda Cooper passed away, Ray Cooper and Richard Cooper just became took care of each other. So Rachel was a typical daddy's girl doing judo fightings and so on. And yeah, so he went to he went we went after those people which were involved in his wife's killing and so on. But somewhere now in the movie where things get twisted, whereby there's been fighting, there's been killings, and so on. All along, it's Ray which is doing this. In the movie, it's Ray which is doing all the killing and so on. So in a twist where there's also a police officer involved, an FBI officer involved. He so in us we were seeing Ray going to jump off a building, and then when the FBI woman was talking, she addressed Rachel. So all of a sudden now it turns out that Ray and Amanda passed away, and all along it was Rachel the daughter which was doing all the killings, the hunting, looking for the people which were involved in killing her parents. So it's a nice twisted movie, though, if you like to really get twisted, or you like movies which are twisted plot. So this one is all about twisted plot. So when you're watching the movie, Ray Cooper, which is Jason, is doing the acting, is doing the killing, but then eventually now when you see it's like Rachel had a split personality, so she was all along thinking that she's talking to her father, only to find out she was doing the killings and so on. So the movie, there's nothing really wow or hype about the movie. It's like a girly and daddy movie whereby your daddy's after revenge after mommy dies, and you just take along because that's the only family which you have. It's a recent movie. There's nothing much wow about the movies. To tell the truth, it was just a nice movie to spend some time with family. So for me, the movie didn't really have a good or a bad taste in my mouth. It was just a movie. It was I like the guy though. I like Jason, so I thought I was watching him more on the movie than the actual movie itself. Because there were times whereby you kind of feel like they could have done a bit more here, and yeah, eventually in the end when you realize now, so all along, the girl is the main character here, not the father, because the father is just the pigment of the girl's imagination. The father passed away in the train that day, and then it's the girl which survived. And then when they show us after 24 months, it was the girl's story. So all along, when you thought it's the girl and the father, it was just the girl's mind, including the father as well. Post depression and trauma vibe. So that's what she was going through. Which, in a way, also seeing that we are all about mental health and so on. We're not, when it comes to mental problems, I keep on saying when it comes to mental problems, when it comes to people, how they feel and how they cope with grief, it's very, very sad because other people, the one thing they know when they are grieving is to lash out and be mean and be rude. Other people, they just know how to hurt themselves so that they don't feel bad. So when you go going through grief, this movie for me, it was all about what the girl grief, or how when she lost her parents, how she decided to just be a fighter and be on the road and start looking for everybody which was responsible in destroying a family. So for me, would I go out on a revenge spree if something ever have to happen? I really, really don't know because I don't think I have that heart for revenge. I get bored, I get tired. So for me, revenge is one of those things I don't really think of. And but there's always a first time. I won't say I'll never go for somebody's head if I have to and if it makes sense that I should. But when it comes to my children, my children knows that we've got a code. There's certain things whereby they know that this one mommy will go to jail for. Like my children know we've got that code is that if you ever experience this, just come and tell me, and that day you must know that you're going to go visit mommy in prison, and mommy won't feel bad. And please don't feel bad because mommy did it for love. So there's certain things my children know I'll do for them, and I'll even go. Says, yeah, I will go to jail for my children. So yeah, that's me. So revenge, everybody's got that point whereby revenge is you want immediate pain, suffering. You can't wait until karma deals with the person which hurts you. But all I can say for me, I haven't really found a reason to go to somebody for somebody's head in my lifetime. I've always been the one which has been taken for granted. I spend most of the times crying, being disappointed, and so on. But I've never really think of why don't I go for revenge. So this movie is basically a typical revenge movie whereby you kill my family, now I'm coming for you kind of vibe. So if you enjoy those movies, this is a quite good, and they do a lot of fights with knives and eggs and so on. Because for me, I prefer shooting because I hate that whole stabbing and yeah, but it was quite a good movie. It also shows how far also our politicians will go just for a seat in position, because at the end of the day it turns out that the whole person which made this drug company to excel the prices or whatever the issue was the senator. So the senator wanted to win the votes, so she cooked the books and buy the votes, and then eventually she won. So all of those CEOs and the faces of the company which were talking there were not really the main culprit. The senator, which is the one which got more from the deal. So also it brought that question up: our politicians really for the people, or our politicians just there as business people? Because as I think as people we need to understand, if we start looking at politicians as business people, then we'll stop depending too much on what our politicians say, because we know that this person is either there for the next 4 years or for the next 2 years, and they are pushing so that they can get more years there. It's not about for the love of the people, for the love of the country, for making a better country, for being patriotic towards your country. So that's one thing which I got out of the movie. But when it comes to reviews and people which enjoy movies, when it comes to how was the other reviews on the movie, some were quite good and some were just, this movie was kind of like a copy and paste of something they've seen already. So you can't really say how people feel about the movie. It's just a bit of a mixed signals. But for me, spending a cold afternoon with the family and just cuddling, this was a good movie. No hectic scenes. There was none of those. It was just a clear cut, daddy and daughter movie, which was kind of cool anyway. So I think for today, family, that's all we have for our movie. So we came back today and looking also nicer. We're trying to be ready for spring. so that we can start to clean up in this channel. So yeah, family. So next week we'll see each other again, and we'll see which movie which we will be watching. Hopefully, I have lined up like 3 to 4 movies which I'm supposed to watch. And by the way, I do have a camera which I bought by beginning of this year from Wish, which it was supposed to be the camera arms I was supposed to use this year. But then I got so used to editing with the phone and so on, and now I'm lazy to start editing with the laptop. So the only thing which is holding me from using the camera which I have is me being lazy to learn to do editing on a laptop because I got so used to editing on the phone. So we'll see, because I did do some work last week, and then which I still need to. I'm trying to do the new editing with those videos from last week, because we quite. I think we reviewed. I reviewed like 3 to 4 movies, which now we're trying to have work already for the channel in advance and stop doing movie Mondays on Monday evening and Tuesday, thinking things on Tuesday, because sometimes it gets to be too much. So now I want to be able to do I'll only be able to do Monday and maybe Wednesdays and some Thursdays as well. Uh, Content in advance, but Tuesdays I will have to do it on a Tuesday, because on Tuesdays that's when we do current affairs reviews, which is tomorrow, by the way. So please do come back tomorrow again. Come have a look on the channel, as on Tuesdays we do current affairs around the world, in South Africa, anything which gets my mind or my attention. So that's what we review when it comes to current affairs. And we said for today on Mondays, it's our Movie Maniac Mondays. We review movies, and the movie which today we decided to review is Sweet Girl, which was just dirty and girly kind of movie, fighting and conquering the world for revenge, only to turn out that the girl was all by herself. There was no daddy. She was just thinking, imagining a daddy to be by her side all the time. So there's nothing, as I said, there's nothing really bad about the movie. There's nothing really out of out of the way, so you can enjoy it as a whole family. So without wasting any time or blabbering too much. So that's all we'll be having for today, family. And by the way, I don't know, these are the clip on here which are made from the clips which I brought from Wish as well. So I have been using these here like a lot, and I have enjoyed them. I made them myself. So these are clip-ons. Sometimes I use them in a ponytail, and sometimes I use them as in today. This is the full head. Hopefully I'll show you guys when I'm more confident in making them, because I still had a little bit of problem making them. But so far the ones I've made, this is like I've made this here this whole year. I've been using it and it still looks good. So I have tried to order more clips on Wish, so that I can make more hair. So that I will see what I will do. Maybe I'll try to give out some hair when I do eventually get the clips and do the hairs myself. But for me, I like this hair mostly when I want to do a ponytail, because it secures your ponytail very well. But here, family, this is the clip-on hair from Closer Check, which we've been trying on this year, and they work quite well. So hopefully sooner we'll be able to give out some. So yeah, family, I really enjoy this and the diversity about them, the fact that I can just whip up any style I have. For now, my real hair is kind of like afro it's natural hair, so I just put a little bit of styling gel and just do the style which I want. Because so yeah, so this is the hair which we have for now. So we'll see which style we're gonna make for summer, because I'm thinking of having another kind of hair style from the clips which I can make as well, but we're waiting for the clips to come. I don't know where in South Africa I can buy the clips though, because I want to make my own hair. So yeah, this is the hair, and I kind of like them this way. They look so ready for summer, like we're waiting for summer. So yeah, family, that's all we have for this week, and we're looking so we're starting to clean up. So hopefully next week we'll have another beautiful movie to review, and we'll conquer our fear of editing on the laptop and start using the camera, because I really also want to see how that camera works. It was one of those cameras from China, which I haven't seen really before. But yeah, it's got space because you can put a memory card and so on. Besides my camera from my thrifts, I still got a camera from thrifts which I don't understand. So yeah, anyway, family, thank you for all the love and support, and welcome to our new family members. And please don't forget to recommend this channel to anybody which you think might be interested. Recommend, share the channel, and please don't forget to like. And thank you for all the love. I really appreciate it. And for today, bye.